We are live, and we are live. Greetings, fellow traders. Give me 1 second here. Let me get this tweeted out for everybody. Hold on 1 second. Save study set. I'm gonna say this: the anti. It's not the anti. Okay, so we'll save that there. Studies, edit studies, remove that. Okay, cool. Good. All right, so sorry guys, just getting started here. So hope everybody had a great trading day today. Let me get this tweeted out for everybody here so everybody can join in. 1 second. And where'd it go? What happened? It deleted my tweet. All right, give me 1 second here. And we are live. Bubblehead live. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. Just getting things loaded up here. Trading. Okay, good. Good. All right, we are live. Finally, hope everybody had a great trade day today. Hope everybody's doing well. All right, yeah. So today we're going to talk about we're going to continue this discussion on day trading penny pinchers with the anti. Okay, so before we get started here, disclaimer: everything we're going to talk about tonight is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review the disclaimer before we get started. And while you're reviewing that, let me pull up the appropriate chart here. 1 second. Okay, good. All right, so here we are. Here's the SPX. Good. Everybody's in okay. Everybody can hear okay. Good. Oh, I know. I can't wait to look at some of these comments here. It's really good stuff. All right, good. All right, so here's the here's where we're at. Right, monthly chart. We've taken the green hammer up so far. Right, so this is bullish. This is a bullish month that we just had. In October. So what are we getting? We're getting bullish follow through. Right. To the upside. So not surprising that it's giving that push up, right? So weekly chart last week was also a hammer. We got a little bullish follow through to get an all-time high, but guess what happens at all-time highs? You get the bulls start stepping in and trying to push it back down, right? So that's what we're seeing right here on the weekly. 2 more days left in the week, and now we are looking at our macro trend line here on the SPX. So bullish until proven otherwise. We are still above the upper trend line. But what happened today? We pushed down a little bit. Now, granted, it was a green day today. We gapped down and pushed up, down a little bit at the open, then back up. What that did is that put a little warning signal right there under the trend line, right? So we know that if we do this and then we close bearishly below that, like tomorrow, like with increasing volume on the SPY or the SPX or on the ES, right? That can give us a good indication that hey, maybe the downtrend is starting, right? One thing to you might even see a momentum move through those lows, right? Because it's a dangerous area. So you have to be careful here when short. Like if we look here, we can kind of see what happened back at this last shorting opportunity, right? We had a little minor pivot here below the trend line, right? We started to push below it. We couldn't, it couldn't go. And then look what they did. They gapped it up the next day to get all those bears out, and then they flushed it, right? And then it chopped for a little bit, and then it really flushed, right? This time here, right? This time we're at the trend line. Let's put it up here to the highs. The trend line there gave one minor pivot error there, and then it flushed that day, right? It still gave some more follow through. It was tough this day because it came back up again, right, to get to shake out any of the weak hands, and then boom, to the downside, right? Same here. Here's your minor pivot here. Couldn't close below it. New minor pivot. Closed below it here. Then it worked down to the cloud, up a little bit again, bear flag, and then down, right? So we just have to be aware of what's going on, okay? So I'm not saying anything's going to go down tomorrow necessarily, right? And they might hold this thing up. They might keep pushing it up until option expiration on Friday, and then we'll see what happens next week. Could be interesting. So something to keep an eye on, something to keep our minds open to, right? So something to think about. All right, good. Let's take a look at the price action today, see what happened. Oh, by the way, we are still over our macro channel. So this is what we've been tracking. This is this gold channel here through 2018, then 2019. Christmas reversal up, back to the top of the channel. Right now we're above the top of the channel right now. It's holding a support. So let's see if it gets to the top of the pitchfork next. And here we are. So here's today's price action. These are the levels that we provide to all of our Positive Trend subscribers right before every market open, right? So everybody has these levels to work with, right? So what happened today? What do we know about price? We know it likes to test levels, and it likes to give us indication between levels, right? So we gapped down today, right? What happened? We flushed right at the open, right? But what did it do? It gave a bottoming tail at this level. Now we had a lot of congestion here between levels. We had here, and here. That's not a really good trading zone, right? It's tough. right? We like trading, open space between levels. We would rather have traded down here, right? Because there's space that we can get in. This is a little bit tougher, right? It's just showing you just that, hey, we're testing this level, bearish right here, testing that level, whoa, bullish right here, test around this level, another bullish one right here, test a little bit higher, and then whoosh, news, bearish, right? Chop around, lower shadow, lower shadow, lower shadow, lower shadow, upper shadow, upper shadow, lower shadow. All right, then it worked its way back up here. So very, very complex trading action today. But there were some good ones, right? Well, I already see some chart requests there, just through the corner of my eye, that are going to touch on it. So good stuff there. All right. Good. So that was today's SPX action. Real quick review of yesterday. Yesterday we talked about the 10 PP, right? The 10 penny pincher, 10-minute penny pincher. Let's take a look here and see if we got anything interesting on that today. Okay, so remember it's in the first hour of trading, right? So anywhere here between 9:30 to 10:30, right between this range right here. Okay, if there is there wasn't even a red bar on this one, so there's no hope there. And at the end, the last hour of trading, right from 3 to 4. Okay, so you had a green bar here, you had a red bar here, which was trying to reverse down, and then you had a bullish engulfing bar. Well, it engulfed the real body, and then it worked its way up. That was yesterday. Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened there. All right. Here we go. This is a great one. Okay, so what do we have here on the 10? Right? First hour trading. I don't know why it did that. That was weird. First hour trading. Red bar right here. Right? Okay, remember I said I wanted to go up? And then what happened right here? Bullish engulfing. Right? Boom. That is a great indication that, hey, this thing is tipped its hand to go to the upside, and it did. In fact, it went up for the whole time, all day today. So that's a great indication right there. Okay? So very, very powerful tool. Right? You had a little bearish, bearish bar right there off of the 10 today too. Okay? So a little bit of a move. That ended up being a great move off of that right there. So there you go. So the 10 PP is a good one. All right, let's talk about today's topic. Okay? So today we are going to talk about the anti. Okay, so what is the anti? The anti is actually one of remember last time we did the Street Smarts, written by one of our favorite trading authors, right? Linda Bradford Roski. Right? This is one of hers. This is one of her ideas. Okay, so it's a great little scalping tool. Okay, I'm going to share it with you here today. So what it uses, okay, what it uses is the 10-period moving average of the slow stochastic, of a 7-period slow stochastic. Okay, and this is pretty cool. This is a neat trading method, right? And it uses it on the 5-minute chart. So we get the 5-minute pulled up here. So let me pull this up right here. I just saved it here as the anti. And what I'm going to do is, guys, I'm going to share this with you. I'm going to go to studies, and I'll show you the studies here. Okay. Let me see. Edit. Oh, there's not sure. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you I'm just going to pull this up 1 second. Here. There. Move that. And I'm going to pull up the edit screen here if I can find it. Here we go. Edit studies. So you guys can see this. Okay, so this is what, if anybody uses Thinkorswim. So all I've done here is pull up the stochastic, right? The slow stochastic. It's just the basically 80-20, and then we use the 7 and 10. Okay, so I just wanted you guys to be able to see what I'm doing there. Okay, so this is the 7 and 10. So I made the 7. Okay, so I made the 7 green. Okay, and the 10 period. Okay, yellow. Okay, and so what we want to do when we're looking at this, okay, so here, remove that there. Okay, so this is the smooth one right here, this yellow line right here. That's the 10, and the green, right, is your 7. Okay, that's your stochastic. This is your moving average. Okay, so the technique is simple. The technique is this. Okay, if the 10 is sloping down, we look for a crossover to the downside to look for an entry. Okay, if the 10 is sloping up, we look for a crossover to the upside. Okay, sometimes it gets a little bit tricky, right? Sometimes it gets a little bit tricky, but let's take a look here and see. Okay, this has the pre-market data on, for SPX, but it is what it is. Okay, so here, is debatable whether or not this was really moving up at the time. Okay, right? But here is the moving average. It is definitely sloping up this time. So this is a possible entry right here as the green crosses through it as it's moving to the upside. So this is a possible long entry here, which ended up getting a move up. Okay, then we can also look for when it's sloping down. Okay, so it's sloping down here. Okay, you could also look for a short entry here. Okay, so let's take a look at another stock. Let's see something that gives us some more flow. Let's look at Amazon today. Okay, Amazon was a nice down mover today, and then we'll take a look at Disney too. Okay, so here we go. So we have a downward sloping moving average, and we crossed up through it. Okay, so that doesn't really help us. Okay, we have a flat moving average right here, so that doesn't help us. We have another flat one right here, so that doesn't help us. A little bit here. So pretty flat on this moving average today. Let's see. Sometimes it helps if we zoom in a little bit. Okay, not very clear on the moving average today. It was pretty flat for a while. Okay, let's take a look at Disney. That was a big mover today. Let's see if that was catchable using this. Okay. All right, so this was one section right here. So Disney, that was yesterday. So Disney, okay, gave a crossover here. Okay, so debatable whether or not this was sloping up. Okay, but you did get a crossover here to give a possible entry on this long to get into Disney a little bit early. So a little bit debatable on whether that was sloping up. But I guess you could, if you wanted to say this here, right? You can see that the slope was up, and then once it crossed over there, it could have got an entry early on Disney, right? And then once it started sloping down, right, could make a little bit of an attempt here for a short. You can see it kind of came down 146. Then a 144, 144.95, so a 1 point move there, right? And then here, another possible move to the upside right here, right? As the moving average starts to move up, and then you have that to the upside. So it's a pretty cool little tool. Check it out. I like how it worked out there on Disney today. Let's see if Tesla gave us anything. Okay, Tesla, yeah, gave a little bounce right here. So you can see the 5 period crossed over the 7, right? You can see that it was sloping up here. Okay, right, crossover once it crossed up, right? Possible entry right here on the crossover. So figure one of these candles and get a nice move, 349 up to 352. Okay, so nice couple point move off of that. Pretty powerful, pretty powerful. Here's a good one too. It wasn't quite sloping down yet. You could argue that this was working like this. Right, so generally the slope was down, and then once it crossed over here, possible short entry to the downside. So something to look at there. Pretty interesting stuff. So cool tool. Just another one of those kind of scalping tools that you can use and kind of go back and study it and kind of perfect it a little bit. But yeah, really neat stuff on that. So I hope you guys find that helpful. At this point, if anybody has any questions or chart requests, please feel free to plug them in the chat window, and we'll try to get through as many as we can by 10:30, so we can all get a good night's sleep and have another awesome trading day tomorrow. So let's do that. I'm going to remove this, but it is cool. Definitely keep an eye on this. Definitely keep an eye on this. 1 second. Let me just see one thing here. I see it now. Okay, I'm kind of looking at some of the examples that they use. This is a good strategy. So, because it's still upward, so just use the slope here, just like I did, right? So it's hard to get it to cross over precisely when it's in this, kind of down move right here. But you can tell generally what's going on, right? You can see that that's sloping down, right? And you cross over here for possible entry, and that gave you that kind of short into the open, right? And then once it started moving up here, right, you could catch a little long entry possibly here. So again, always use stops, always trail, and keep yourself safe. Okay, good. That being said, that's a pretty cool study. I'm going to save that for the archives there. That's a good one. We'll definitely take a look at that intraday. And there we go. Good. Good, good, good. All right, let me get tuned in here. All right, so we have a couple that came through from Shirley, so let me get those via email. So let me get started with those. Then we'll take chart requests and questions and all that happy fun stuff. So good. So let's take a look at Walmart. So Shirley, Walmart has earnings tomorrow. So let's see how it does. Nice bullish day today, increasing volume, nice close above everything. What is that? Brand new all-time high today. Wow. Market is bullish, right? Inside day, any action, a little drift up after hours. So we'll see if they can hold it today. We'll see how Walmart does tomorrow. Could be pretty interesting. Obviously, anything above today's highs could give it a little bit of pump. We'd have to see if it gaps down to see where it goes from there. TSEM, okay, Tower Semiconductor, right? Ended up being a bullish day today. It gapped down. Big reversals. Saw that a lot the last couple of days. These big gap downs, these huge reversals. A lot of them pre-market even. I tell you, some of these guys actually know how to save a conference call as opposed to like Cisco. But yeah, looking pretty good after today. So we'll see if it gets any action tomorrow. But yeah, here you can even see a nice 15 orb up today. Look at that beautiful 15 orb up. Gets to these levels. I mean, pretty incredible stuff right there. So good job on that one. TER. Okay, TER working its way up, new highs. So, generally bullish until proven otherwise. We looked at that recently there, so it worked its way up. There you go. Boom. There's your trend line. Zip. Zip it. Zip did I read that right, Shirley? I don't know what's going on with that one. MSTI. MTSI, sorry. Maycom. All right, so yeah, it's a big move today after earnings. So again, you got those highs right there. Just be careful. Big hammer could be a little bit sketchy up there. So just be careful of that kind of candle. Okay, good stuff. Superstar. Amazon and Google. Yeah. Okay. Amazon and Google. Let's take a look. Amazon. So Amazon a little bit rough here. Macro trend line, right? Kind of working its way down a little bit, right? This is a pretty good one right here, right? Then it started to work its way up. Okay, and now it is beginning to close and work its way down. I mean, it has been under the radar pretty much. It couldn't get over its 200-day moving average. Last time it tried, it came down. Got to it here, it came down. So that's bad. I mean, overall for the stock, it's kind of weak right here. So let's see. It held the cloud bottom today. So let's see if it continues to hold that. If not, it may break down even farther. So just be careful with Amazon still. It was kind of like the market was like super bullish today, but it was kind of under the radar weak, right? And then Google. Google's tough. I don't really trade Google. There's a trend line right there. So Google's tough. I really don't trade it very much. It is holding this trend line right here, right now, and it's holding the fib fan line. So, I mean, it's tough, right? It's tough to say. I mean, if we broke down below today's lows on Amazon, I might look at, some cheap out of the monies, on that one. For a potential scalp move, it's really hard to say if it's going to get that continued down move. And Google right now is holding some support, so we could see a possible bounce on it. But really, both of them are so expensive and dangerous. I'd be careful with those. No, I figured you meant out of the money. Yeah. Tough. All right, because we need a real sign, right, that it's breaking down. Google is holding trend, right? So this is the second time it's holding trend. So if it does, you might see highs, right? So you could look at possibly the the 1350s or something like that as like out of the money. That could be interesting. And then Amazon. I mean, it is breaking down here, right? So, but it is holding some support. It's got some support levels. But if it did break down, right, your next level down is basically the 1720s, right? So it's could look at maybe the 1695s and all that stuff. But they're still probably expensive. So I just be careful with those, right? It is starting to confirm to the downside, but it's got a little bit of support here too. So just be careful with that. Good stuff though. Appreciate it. Good stuff. Harvey, what's going on, my friend? Boeing, let's take a look. So Boeing, guys, double inside day. we love the double inside day. Again, Boeing's another one that's having trouble getting back above the 200-day moving average. So double inside day right here. We'll see how it behaves tomorrow. If it gaps up, we'll look for a reversal back down. If it gaps down, we'll look for a reversal back up. And if it gaps in the range, or if it opens in the range, we'll look for a breakout one or the other ways. Okay, using that VWAP, or using our special Go bar candles, intraday to see if those, see if we can find a setup on that for a breakout. And then shop. Shop. I had to change the wave count around. I was really looking bearish yesterday. I like the upper shadow at the channel top, right? Did it here, gave us a move down. Did it here, and it's just like reverse. It gave us a little bit of hope at the open, and we closed, gap down a little bit, and then it reversed quickly today. Closed above this channel, so that would imply that this channel is now invalidated, or mostly invalidated, right? So if we push above that over today's high, we might start to work our way up to this level B. It could eventually work its way up to that 350, 355 level, right? And then potentially work its way back down sharply. So that is one that we're looking at. Sharply. Okay, so good. MJ, what's going on? Disney. I know it was that was the hot one today for sure. Tough one to chase here. I mean, long term, it might still be a good long, right? I'd like to see it possibly pull back again for us, so we can look for another entry on it. It just had it had good earnings with kind of a sloppy day that day, and it started to work its way in the cloud. But then it kind of to perk up yesterday after it came up after it came out with its Disney Plus services. So that was a good one to potentially hold, right? Stop at the low of the day essentially, and then boom, the earnings comes out, and you can see some fantastic move right there. So good stuff on that. Now where it's going to go, I don't know, right? We have these new highs, right? We've got this fib fan line right here at the 150s, so maybe 150, 151 might kind of top out there a little bit and then start to pull back a little bit. So keep an eye on that. Thomas, what's happening? Good evening. Enjoy Life Apparel, what's going on? NetPry, what's happening? Oracle, let's take a look. So what do they got? It was a nice breakout of the cloud right here, and then it pulled back on that CEO news not too long ago. Right, we got this going on right here. Hardly a bullish close over any of these. This was something for a potential move up, but at this point, it just looks kind of sluggish. Let's see if I get that trend line up here. Okay, so a little bit of a dent in the armor today, so look for a push below today's low for a possible move back to the cloud. Paul, what's going on? Hey now, enjoy life. Netflix and AbbVie. Yep, let's take a look. Yeah, so Netflix, this is a bearish close on Netflix. It actually looks, wow, a little pretty rough right here. So look, it could make it work its way back to the bottom of the cloud. Could work its way back to the middle. Let's see how it behaves tomorrow. Sometimes these big pushes down do see like a reversal up the next day. So just keep an eye on that. It could be interesting. AbbVie. Look for a go bar. Upper shadow right here yesterday. So we talked about that yesterday. It tried to break down today and failed. Okay, so that's a failed breakdown. Right, so it could be just trying to work its way back up here. See if it consolidates for a little bit and then continues. Thomas, what's going on? S-Bucks. Buy the drip, sort of. Look at this. Came all the way back down. I made all this effort and worked all this way back down. 200-day moving average and held it. Okay, so now we're approaching that macro downward trend line right there. So let's see if we can get above it, close bullishly above it, and then work our way up to the cloud. And then win. Let's see. Here. Yeah, I mean, kind of bearish right here. We have the, it's got X dividend. I'd say a push below today's lows could give a move down, but it might just be like a spinning top reversal, and we'll see a cloud breakout on it. So just be careful with that one a little bit. Experience and thoughts. What's happening? Kunal, what's going on? Google. Yep, take another look at that for sure. So Google, guys, is one I don't trade. I stopped trading it back here. I think there's somewhere back here. Like, it just never set up right for us. It was just so frustrating. Right, so here we are. This is like the second pullback we just looked at. Second pullback to the trend line right here and the fib fan line. So if it does hold that, it could work its way ultimately up to that 1360 level. So we'll keep an eye on that. Experience and thoughts. Cost. Yeah, I mean, cost had an epic close today. I mean, it was pretty nice. Well, it was a little bit bigger earlier. It must have sold off a little bit at the close. Increased volume, right? And I don't know where our trend line is, but I'll draw one right here for now. Okay, so it closed above this level. So nice increased volume. Could work its way back up. Watch that 308 level as possible resistance. Sean, what's going on? SE and SMPL. Whoop. See limited? Yeah. So these are the ones. These are tough. You all, someone asked about this yesterday. Look at that. This thing kind of did the same thing as Starbucks, all the way down the 200-day moving average, and then okay, that's good. We're good. Works its way back up to the cloud. Okay, and then it gapped. Boom. Okay, and then it's like, okay, yeah, it's super bullish, and then today, nope, just kidding, guys. Market loves to do that. So, and if it looks super bullish, like here, it's like, oh, look at that, it's super bullish. Surely that was one you were looking at today, right? That MSTI, right? Super bullish, and then down, and then it works its way back up. So that's what we kind of want to look at. Okay, and then SMPL. Here, low, there. Yeah, this looks pretty good. Looking pretty good. Increased volume. It actually did close above that level today. A little bit of an upper shadow, but it could start to work its way up to the cloud there. Simply good. Simply good chart. I like it. Gio, what's going on? Good evening. Thank you for tuning in. And what's going on? I'm good. Thank you. I hope you had a great day today. Thoughts on TTD. Almost swung this one long today. It was another nice close. Basically it could work its way up to the cloud. It was an inside day, I believe, earlier. And then just kept going. So it looks like it could get up to that 234, 235 level, but it's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. So just watch that resistance there at that 234. And TNDM. Yeah, thank you for asking about that one. Really bearish day right here. Okay, this is one we would look to swing short. Then it really worked. It pushed down to those lows, found support right away, and then reversed off of it back up to the 200-day moving average. It did close above it right here. So see if it can try to reverse and work its way up. And BSX. Yeah, this has been, I don't know, I think it's had like some call activity type stuff. So yeah, nice close yesterday above that. We looked at that, break through the thin cloud. Looks pretty bullish, right? Little decrease in volume. I thought there was some weird activity on it today, or some news about doing an offering, but no, that was TMO, I think. Yeah, good. And then Tiva. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just a slow drifting up. Look at that. It's coming right up to the moving average right there, 200-day moving average. So, yeah, so it looks pretty good so far. I mean, kind of a little micro uptrend, right? Watch this fib fan line. But if it gets over that, right, maybe it could get up to 11. This one goes to 11. Lexi, what's going on? Tesla? Thanks for tuning in. Tesla. Yeah, so Tesla, today I kind of made this tweet out that, like yesterday we were talking to the moon, and it's like, today it's like, well, I got to the moon, and then it kind of reversed off of it, right? So, but right now it's still holding that trend line that we drew yesterday, right? So it's holding that trend line right now. So that's a key level. So as long as it holds that, right, it's bullish until proven otherwise. Twilio, how'd that do? Did it get any, see? Just did. Everybody's like bearish on it yesterday, right? They lost their deal with WhatsApp, right? Everybody's asking, is it short? I was like, I don't know, guys. I mean, it's reversing pretty well off those lows, and then it gapped up today. So everybody who got short on that news just got squeezed out today, right? So then we'll see. Let's see if we can consolidate down. Maybe it'll take an inside day down or something like that. Boeing. Boeing. Oh, it's always Boeing always like takes up my charts. There we go. Double inside day, right? Below the 200-day moving average. So watch out on that one. If it opens in the range, we could look for a breakout of the high or the low. Good. Yeah, my pleasure. Jimmy, what's going on? Facebook. Merc. AIG. I hope you're doing well. Facebook. Yeah, Facebook was like, what? It's like, it was a huge bullish day yesterday on this like Facebook Pay, right? And now it's like, the market just loves to do this. Hold on, as the data continues to load here. Big news yesterday, Facebook Pay, and then it, kind of works its way up here, and then just kind of stalls out a little bit. Gave a little bit of an opportunity for some profit, and then kind of came back in. So who knows? It may come back down, test this macro trend line right here, right, and then hold that, and then continue to work its way back up. But it's kind of blah. MRK. Yeah, decent little move today. We'll see if we can kind of push and get above those levels. It's starting to get interesting there. Yeah. As it holds that green day today after a double inside day up, a la Boeing. AIG. Yeah, that is looking interesting. Not quite an increase in volume, which I do like to see, right? But let's see this minor pivot here, close below that, breaking out of the cloud, bearish on that. Maybe you could get down to the 200-day moving average for you if you're bearish on it. So see if it gets that continuation. You have closing gap right there too. That's probably the best first target there. That 53.70. So yeah, see how that goes. Would have liked to have seen a little more volume on it, but it could be good. Hope you have a great night, man. Yeah, and a great day tomorrow. Absolutely. Paul, what's happening, my friend? ABT? Yeah. Oh, tricky here, Paul. Really tight range. Here, fresh high, fresh trend line. Which is this. Right, it could be a little kind of working its way up a channel right here. Definitely channeled down. Oh, channel down there, starting to work its way out of it, out of the cloud. Could give a move up. A little resistance there at that 86.30. Good. Jimmy, oh yeah, Cisco, absolutely, yeah. So that was it was looking interesting as it got into the cloud and just kind of chopped around. Of course, we have earnings, and I believe they were down after hours. Yep, down, and they're holding it down. So we'll keep an eye on it. It's at 45, 46 right now. So 45, 46 is down here. So if it gets below that 45 level, we could see a gap and go to the downside on this thing. It could be a little ugly, but if not, we could see tomorrow a reversal. Could see a reversal. Good. Heather, good evening. I hope you're doing great. Pep, let's take a look. Pepsi. So it worked its way down right here to the cloud, and then it held. Right? Lows. Right. So actually today's close is pretty good. Oh, there's our trend line right there. Good. So it's looking nice. Right? Working its way up there. Could be strong. Not quite increasing volume, but look for a push over today's high to give a little bit of a move. Very good. Heather, hope you're doing great. Thomas, someone asked REIT. Here's one, SKT. Nice one. Yeah, that was a good one from yesterday. SKT. Yeah. Bounce off the 200-day right here. Okay. Just kind of look for a little consolidation there and a possible breakout move. Good. Seneca, what's going on? Mo, hope you had a great day today. Ooh, watch out for Mo. Upper shadow, upper shadow, upper shadow. Watch out, it's finding some resistance right here. Just be careful. Possible ascending triangle, so just keep that in mind. Okay, one failed breakout right there. Might undershoot it and then work its way back up. Undershoot, tag the cloud, and then break out. Possibility. Looking for a good call. Swing past 47. Probably has to dip down. There you go. There you go. 46.50. Well, how about 46? Maybe the cloud. A little bit of a dip down and then a move up. Nice one, Seneca. And an Amex, what's going on? How are you? Yeah, CRW day. Yeah, I really like this one as a long potential. Long swing potential on this one. It was really close to taking an entry on this for me, and I passed on it today, but it looks bullish. A break above today's highs could work its way up to the cloud, possibly get up to that 60 level. That was a nice one. How do we trade inside days? There's a couple different ways. I like the double inside days, like here, right? So I had a double inside day on crowd, and what you do is you look for a breakout, right? So obviously these days, right, make levels, right? So you just use the high and the low of that day. That double inside day is a level, right? And so what you could do is, if you open up in the middle of the range, you could look for price action in the day, right, to find an entry to get that inside day breakout. And that's what it did here. It broke out a little bit, so it moved from like 71.01 to 72.30 for a nice 1-point move. And then it came back in the range. And so whenever that happens, when it comes back in the range, right, oftentimes it likes to test the other end of the range. And then, so we saw that happen here as it pushed down here, and then that became a breakdown level the next day, right? And then it just kind of chopped around that range for a little bit. And then you can see that these levels have become important down the line. Like any of these kind of, here it came back to that double inside day range, inside day here at the inside day, and then it worked its way back down off of that. So a couple techniques like that: the breakout, the breakdown, and then opening in the middle of the range. You could also gap above it, push through the range, gap below it, push up through the range. It just likes to test the other end of those inside ranges because it means indecision. Good. Netfry? Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for tuning in, my friend. And then Namex, Disney reversal down tomorrow? Probably. Because it would be appropriate for the market to do that, right? So everybody gets so bullish. Where is it? Where am I? Who am I? Just kidding. All right, so it pushes up here. I mean, I would expect to see some sort of maybe inside day, like, kind of like in that range there. Some sort of inside day there first. And then, like, who knows, it might, like, kind of go like this a little bit. And then it gives us, like, this trend line. And then it pulls bullishly above that, and it closes there, and then we get, like, this move, up there. So, we'll see. But who knows? It could get a slew of upgrades tomorrow, and it gaps up again, and this just becomes the new Netflix, right? So it could be a possibility. Good. Experience and thoughts. If Walmart reports good number and gives good guidance, cost could break out. Yeah, it could be a sympathy move with it for sure. I mean, they're not really direct competitors. I mean, Sam's Club, I guess, is part of Walmart, but yeah. It could. Nahas, what's going on? FMC? Yeah, so looking pretty interesting there. Just be careful here. It's holding support, right? So you have this. Here's your highs. There's your levels. So it didn't quite close above these levels right here. If it closes below here, like bearishly, like something like that, with increased volume here, right? Then we would look for a potential move to the cloud. Okay? Experience thoughts, Walmart. Let's take a look. Yeah, so Walmart again, huge day today, highs, right? So we'll just see. We have to see what the earnings look like tomorrow. If it gaps up, right, we might see a little bit of a gap and go. If it gets below this level right here, right, we might see a move to the downside. Here's your next support level right here, just like that. Okay, good. And my pleasure. Netfry, watch 247 Diz every night. Yeah, nice. Everyone, yeah, exactly. 247, 147. Oh, you got the face. That's why 247 could be a possibility. Then it's really like the new Netflix. Trade, what's happening? FedEx? Ooh, bearish day today. Someone asked about this yesterday, too. Let's see if this trend line works. There it is. There's a trend line right here. I mean, technically, it's the first move below this macro trend line. It's interesting, like just real quick commentary. The one thing they always show you on option activity, unusual option activity, they never show like them closing out the unusual option activity. It's like, okay, well, when did they take profit, or did they? So anyway, but bump and run basically right here. So here's your minor pivot below. I mean, I guess it kind of closed below it here. This was a momentum day here yesterday, a potential short opportunity to get today's Marubozu bar to the downside. I mean, pretty nasty. If that continues down, we could see the bottom of the cloud on that one. And beyond, BYND. Yep. From here from 217. I see that there. Let's do it from the all-time highs here. So that is the trend line, right? The macro from the all-time highs down. So what's going to happen with it? Well, chop around until it gets to it, and then maybe break out, and then give us a move back to the cloud. Possibility. But it continues to hold this crazy support level right here from those prior lows. If it breaks down there, you might see like 62 quickly. Matthew, what's going on? W-Day, hope you're doing great, man. Let's see, good stuff here. I think we do have a macro trend on this one. Give it a second to pull up here. Macro channel, goodness gracious. So back to the bottom channel, kind of working its way up to the channel here. generally kind of bullish. Didn't quite close above that pivot level right there, but could come up to this level, right? Just kind of see how it behaves once it gets there, and then it might actually be have a down move into earnings. So something to keep an eye on there. Wendy, Nephri, 240, definitely bullish. I know, exactly. Wendy, good morning. Happy day in Singapore. Hope you're doing great. And then Amex, please, what site is this? What site is this with? Which? I can't remember what I was saying. Which site? The charts or like option activity, or I can't remember. Which site? Anyway, experience and thoughts, BBY. Do. Oh, nice one. Experience and thoughts. So nice little shadow right there. So look for a bearish close below there with increasing volume for a potential down move to the cloud. But watch out for earnings. Okay. Trade, yeah, my pleasure. Wendy, spot. Okay. If I haven't drawn one yet, that's almost as good as a flag gets right there, right? Right, kind of matches that trend line right there. So see if it breaks out of this flag, gives us a minor pivot, right, and then breaks above that. Could get bullish. Again, if it continues to break down, it loses its flag status, and then we have to look just basically trade our trend lines off of it. But looking very interesting on there. KL. A little choppy sloppy as it kind of works through really what looks like a triangle here. Really does. That's almost a textbook triangle right there, right? A, B, C, D, E ish. Could be a B here. E truncated up. So it could be the end. Could be the end of this move. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Could be getting ready to do an impulsive move up, which is interesting for gold. Might be a reflection on the market. Something to look at there. And CRWD. Yeah, I mean CRWD just was nice. I mean, it looks bullish. We'll try to watch the price action on that tomorrow, but it was very, very bullish. I think if we could, I love the increased volume here. The close above these levels, it should be along. It should work its way up to the cloud. So we'll just look for some price action here that makes sense. Maybe a pullback that we can get. So hopefully that's good. So yeah, so anyway, and then Amex, I'm not sure. I think it was, we use Thinkorswim here for the charts, and then barcharts.com for the, for unusual option activity. I think there's the only sites mentioned there. Oh, you got a couple more there, Wendy. Yeah, my pleasure. BIIB. Tricky. Not quite fresh lows yet, so just basically just holding these levels. These are kind of your main levels right here. All right, just see if it holds those levels. Then look for some price action there. Really, really tricky on that one. And then QQQ. Yeah, I mean, just bullish as it kind of moves off the all-time highs there too. Very similar to SPX here. Right. So fresh high, fresh trend line. Okay. Watch for a push down below those lows, or at least a close below those lows. So good stuff. All right, guys. Well, that was a great conversation tonight. So I hope you guys enjoyed talking about the anti today. We're going to have another cool one to talk about tomorrow night, so definitely tune in to check those out. If you're new here, definitely subscribe on YouTube. We like to go over new technical ideas, most nights, and we do a lot of chart requests, and it's fun, right? We all get to see like cool charts and different perspectives on it and all that. So good stuff. So be sure to do that, and give us a like on YouTube as well, and then also check out the links in the description. So I really appreciate everybody's support, and thank you for tuning in. And I hope you have a great day, Wendy, and a great night, everybody. And remember your risk first, and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And I'll talk to you soon.